This is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. Let's speak boxing. Boxing world's been patiently waiting. A lot of controversial topics been going on as far as Manny Pacquiao camp and finally making a decision. Bob Arum flying out there, figuring out who the opponents are. Finally, the boxing world finds out Manny Pacquiao will be taking on Marquez 4. It's going to be a fourth fight for Marquez. Now, I understand both ends of the spectrum. I understand where fans can be upset on one side and why fans shouldn't be upset on the other side. Timothy Bradley did went quote unquote, while Manny Pacquiao was actually making his decision. Timothy Bradley wants that payday. He actually wants a rematch, or he wants to provide that rematch to Timothy Bradley, and he was just putting Manny Pacquiao on blast. He was calling him out, calling him a chicken, basically saying, Manny Pacquiao doesn't want any part of him. Marquez is an easier fight. He knows what he can do. Imagine what he can do with two bad legs, with two good feet, what he can possibly do with him. So he was definitely putting himself out there in the media and just making Manny Pacquiao look bad, and seeing if he can draw Manny Pacquiao for that big payday and big fight. Because let's be realistic, boxing fans, I don't see Timothy Bradley wanting a rematch. But I also see that Timothy Bradley needs a payday, and that payday that Manny Pacquiao provided him was a big ass payday, making anyone want to fight. Especially if you're used to making the money Timothy Bradley, which made in his previous fights. But Manny Pacquiao, I understand his point of view, as far as taking on Marquez. Marquez is going to be a better financial standpoint. He's definitely going to bring in a bigger draw, and he's going to generate more. And realistically, if you have a bigger draw and you're making better numbers, that's basically giving the fans what they want. Fans want to see that Marquez force. Fans want to see the Timothy Bradley 2. But Timothy Bradley 2, the only reason they want to see Timothy Bradley 2 is so he can get the belt back. That's it. And put that behind him. But if you put yourself in Manny Pacquiao's perspective, what else could Manny Pacquiao possibly do that he didn't already do against Timothy Bradley? He completely dominated him, Timothy Bradley completely was on survival mode the whole entire fight. Yes, he looked okay, landing some counter shots, countering in the defense, but he was more on the defensive end than anything. He wasn't Timothy Bradley, who basically comes in and dominates, and he wants to brawl. His boxing game was completely 180. He was on survival mode. He did not want to brawl with Manny Pacquiao. Anytime Manny Pacquiao landed a serious flourish of shot, he was out of there. He was completely running with two broken feet. So is it a bad fight? Absolutely not. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be great for boxing. Anytime Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather step into the ring, it's always good for boxing. No matter who we want to see him fight, we're going to watch. If you don't watch, then you pretty much don't like you don't like boxing. You have to watch. You get put in that position that you have to watch. But anyways, guys, Marquez 4 is going to take on. What's my fight predictions? I think Manny Pacquiao is going to completely dominate Marquez 4. Yes, I understand 1, 2, 3, especially 3 was very, very debatable. Marquez was on the defensive end, but I think Manny Pacquiao, he's going to up his defense, up his game plan, up his endurance and stuff like that, and he's definitely going to have a game plan and an approach that's going to completely look different from the last 3 fights. Marquez looked really, really good, but he's getting older. Marquez is getting older. I feel that Marquez, yes, I don't think he can do any better than he did in his 3rd fight, which he looked really, really good. I actually had Marquez winning that fight against Pacquiao, but I wasn't upset that Marquez lost. Because I can see, after watching the fight, I could see why Manny Pacquiao won the fight, because he was the more active fighter. And to beat the champion, you definitely have to earn that respect and completely bring the fight and be ready to fight. So if you're going to strip the throne from Manny Pacquiao, you got to completely dominate him. But I had Marquez winning, but I wasn't upset. I can see why Manny Pacquiao won that fight. Do I think he's going to? Do I think it's going to be the same? No, I think Manny Pacquiao is going to completely dominate. I think he's going to dominate Marquez. Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach were saying that his guy needs a knockout, so they are going for the knockout. Is it possible? Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I don't think he's going to knock out Marquez, but he's going to knock him down a couple times to prove his point. Is it going to be a controversial split decision? Absolutely not. I think Manny Pacquiao has a lot to lose. It's It's going to be very important. His training is going to be intense. He's going to be focused, and he's definitely going to implement and change his routine a little bit up as far as his game plan, and he's going to come out with the unanimous decision. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. Friend request, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win? You know, with some of your fight predictions. Have a good one.